Hello, my name is Brittany. Thank you for coming over to my side of the world. So, what is Brittany about? Why am I posting right now? Why am I sharing, vlogging? These things are all new as far as vlogging goes, and as far as posting on my YouTube, this is a first for me. So, let me just lay out why I'm here. So, I have been on Instagram, sharing my health journey. I've been on my health journey personally since around like 2011-ish. Actually, no, I lied. So freshman year, what was that? 2008. That was when I really like gained my freshman 15. And then 2009 was when I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I had gotten up to like 185 and I was just not comfortable at that size. And, at the time I was working at a job where I had like a coworker that was really into his fitness and everything, and he was like on it, like CrossFit. And y'all know that was like a big thing back in the day, still is, but at the time it was like, okay, if you CrossFit, like you really doing it. And so long story short, he gave me some tips on like what he does, how to eat, work out, and I just took those things and just ran with it. And that summer I lost, what was it, like 15, basically I lost a good amount of weight, 15-20 pounds. And when I came back to school, I don't think I really realized it, but people were like, Brittany, like you lost weight. And I was like, oh, like I did, and ever since then I've just been on my health journey, figuring out different ways to eat. I was vegan for a few years. I have gone paleo. I've been pescatarian. I've tried it all. Worked out. I got my personal training certification, NASM certified, the National Academy of Sports Medicine as a personal trainer. I started my personal training business during the pandemic. I did online trainings. I really loved it. It was awesome. And yeah, so ever since I've just been on my health journey, y'all, just figuring out, what works best for my body. I've learned that it never stops, it never ends. I'm in a new chapter. I will tell you, like I said, it never stops. So you're constantly like evolving and changing. So one of the things that happened to me was back in 2022 in December. I lost my dad, and it just rocked my world completely. And during that time, I was pregnant. My baby was due in 5 months after that, May 2023, and I lost my dad in December 2022. I was still training at the time, and it was just too much for me. So I ended up, stopping training and all of that. Literally in January of 2023, I knew I needed to get into therapy and really just like get my emotions together. I did not want to be just worked up and super emotional while I was pregnant, losing my dad. I just knew I needed to like really figure out how I was going to deal with all of this and get through my pregnancy safely. So I did that. I had a healthy baby in May 2023. Been in therapy ever since. Literally talked to my therapist today. And just over the years, I feel like my therapy has been about just healing from my dad, family, work. It's been about everything else but me. That's what it's been feeling like. So this year, it's been like focusing on like Brittany. Like, what does Brittany have going on? What does Brittany want out of life? So me started to really share like what I'm going through, especially in my health journey, because that's like one of my passions, is like me focusing on me. And so my therapist has put me to the task of like, okay, share what you're going through, and just put yourself out there. I will tell you, like, I am like naturally, I stay to myself. Anyone that's close to me, they know that like if you know me, like you would say like I'm super outgoing, I'm fun, um, funny, all those things. But I don't share that with like everyone. I'm like super like protective of like my energy and just being cautious of just like what I put out into the world. Because I don't know. I'm an introvert, and so it's kind of hard for me to just like put myself out there. But I'm working on it. I know that if I'm truly going to share my journey, I have to be open and honest, and just find like a balance. I'm gonna tell you, it's a balance because I'm not just gonna be just flat out with everything. But as I go through this journey, I plan to like find that balance through, sharing my journey with you all. So yeah, I figured like Instagram, it's like I don't even really be on there like that anymore. I know that I need to like hop on every now and then, check on, how everyone's doing. But like my own people, they know like we can just message and talk. But I feel like if I start like a space on like YouTube and TikTok and places where it's like no one knows me, I can just be free to speak. You can come over to my side of the world if you'd like. We can get to know each other. You can get to know me. But yeah, it's like my own, and yeah, I feel like I need that right now. And I don't want to feel like awkward, like I'm just standing like and presenting to you today. Um, I, but I wanted to come to you like from my kitchen because I feel like, especially on my health journey right now, like we're gonna be in the kitchen, okay? Because a big part of like your diet and whatever you're trying to do with, losing weight, it starts like in the kitchen. So I was like, I need to start from the kitchen because that's where we're gonna be. So, I don't want to feel like I'm awkward and like in space, just taking up space in here. But yeah, that's why we're in the kitchen right now. One of the major things that have recently happened to me was I had a physical, and I found out that I am pre-diabetic, y'all. Pre-diabetic. Um, and it really like shook me because I'm like, okay, I know I haven't let my health get off the rails like that. In my mind, of course, I need to lose some weight. I know that. I gained 50 pounds with my son. And I've lost I got up to like 202, um, got down, I'm 172 now. We will get into that. So I've lost a good amount of the weight. Pre-pregnancy, I was in my 150s, and that's where I feel most comfortable at, and so that's where I want to get back to. But saying all that, I'm like, I don't think my health. I'm pre-diabetic. So it really like rocked me and like shook me up. Where it's like, Brittany, you need to stop playing around and you need to like get your health back on track. Like all the things that you're saying that you want to do. Mind y'all, I don't necessarily eat bad. Like I, have been prepping my food through the week. I meal prep for us, which we will do together as well. But I'm like, now on the weekends, we will go out, we will eat out, and that's where I see like the most damage, that I do. But still, I'm like, damn, but that's been enough for pre-diabetes. Um, and yeah, that's, I mean, the blood work don't lie. So, um, I'm gonna tell y'all honestly, I was like, well, I did, we went out, with some friends the night before, and we did happy hour. I've been drinking a lot this past weekend. We've been eating out. Maybe like, my levels are just spiked. My cholesterol was bad. Cholesterol levels were high. And so I'm just like, maybe I just had an off weekend. But I'm like, nah. I looked it up, and it said that like the blood work, it's supposed to, see like weeks, in advance of like what's been going on in your blood. So it's not just like, oh, this past weekend you wilded out. So I say all that to say, like, I was trying to rationalize it with myself, like, did something happen? But regardless of the fact, I know that I need to tighten up. And my dad died from a heart attack. He had high blood pressure. My family has, we have diabetes in my family right now. So I need to be careful. And that was a warning sign for me to, like, you got to tighten up, Brittany. So, yeah, that definitely inspired me as well to, like, be honest, share what you're going through right now. I'm good to, like, pop out on you and be like, I did it, y'all. Like, this is then, this is now. But I'm trying not to do that to y'all, to myself. I'm trying to be honest so that you can see me, like, now, because this is not gonna be, this is a part of my story, but this is just gonna be a part of it. So yeah, I'm gonna take y'all on that journey with me. So I was 172 last week, and I am 168 today. So I lost 4 pounds in a week. So I will tell y'all, and what I've been doing to lose that 4 pounds in a week. I am in a calorie deficit, eating around like 1350, something like that, calories a day. I use an app to track like my macros, my calories, log all of my food daily. So yeah, we will get into like what I'm doing, how I'm tracking. If y'all want tips or like want to reach out, anything I can do like to share like what I'm doing to like get results, I'm happy to share. I feel like that's literally why I'm doing this, so that I'm not keeping it all to myself. And like, if you want to get on with me, you want to see how I'm doing it, I will share with you. So yes, we in the kitchen. I have not eaten yet, y'all. I grocery shopped this morning, had therapy, cleaned the whole house, laundry. Like, I haven't eaten since breakfast. I'm hungry, and if you look at the clock, it is 3:48, and I haven't eaten since breakfast time. So we're gonna whip up a good salad. I usually eat salads for lunch during the week. I'm off today, so we're just gonna make a big salad together. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, so I already just threw some spinach up in here. I'm not gonna calculate it. Now, not to say that you should not calculate like your salad mix and all that, but for the most part, I don't always track it, just because it's usually very like calorie dense. Like, so it doesn't even have it on here. Exactly. But it's usually very, very light. Maybe like a cup is like 10, 20 calories. Like, it's calorie dense. And so I don't work myself up to like always track like my spring mix and stuff, because that's not gonna make or break like the bank for me, for my calories for the day. And it won't do you either. So if you go over in your calories, it's not going to be for your, like, your spring mix is not about to take it over top, where it's like, oh damn, like I'm gaining weight this week because of, no, something else to do with, not your spring mix. All right, I'm gonna get a cucumber. Y'all been into cucumbers lately? The ones from Trader Joe's specifically, the organic ones, they've been doing it. So yeah, I had put some cucumbers out when we had some friends over, and Troy's Troy's my husband. His friend's girl, she had some of the cucumbers and was like, "These cucumbers are good." I was like, "I know, girl." They are. All right, so chop me up. Chop me up. All right, we put a cucumber up in there. We got our sangria tomatoes up in there. I really like to use like the assortment of tomatoes lately. It's been hitting. I like the variation. I do also like to already buy my onions and green peppers pre-chopped. That is one of my tips that like I've been doing for years now. First of all, I don't like chopping onions. That makes me cry. But it also makes prepping food just like super easy and fast. So yeah, I already get things pre-chopped up and I can just throw it in there. The green peppers, today when I look, they only have, it was expiring tomorrow, and that's just a waste of my time. So I bought a fresh green pepper and I'll just cut that up. But yeah, if I can find it, and it's gonna be fresh for a few more days, get your like green peppers and onions already chopped up, so make sure prepping for your salads and foods or whatever, it's easy, just throw it in there. One less thing that you have to do. It may cost like an extra $1 or $2, but honestly, like my time is precious to me, so I don't mind it. It helps make things go faster. Chop up this green pepper. Can you not get out of here? You see?
I tried to make it
Try making fun of me. You're the main person that's like, you talk about it, you go just do it. So I'm doing, okay? We doing. All right. That's my biggest supporter though. He just wants to see, see me win, do the things that I'm happy about. So yeah. All right. Y'all, I'm not the best person to be chopping up stuff. So if this looks crazy, I mean, it's chopped, okay? I know people, they get technical with it, and that's why I say I like to get mine already chopped up, okay? So I don't even have to worry about all this, but it's all good. I honestly should chop enough for the rest of the week, but for the purpose of this video, let's just get into it. I just want to sit my butt down. As I said, I've been standing and haven't ate since breakfast, so I just wanna sit down and eat a good salad. All right, that's looking good. That will work. All right, do y'all want to see how we are looking? Alrighty, excuse my camera skills. I'm also a perfectionist at heart, y'all, so I will tell you, like, it ain't easy, child, and it ain't gonna be easy posted. Cause I don't see stuff and be like, I don't like how that's looking. I'm even looking at like my stomach probably gonna be looking pooch from the side. I'm also on my cycle, or my cycle is coming on, so I'm really looking fluffy right now. But yeah, I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be natural. I take me as I am, okay? So I'm using these chicken breast strips, lemon garlic flavor from Wegmans. I also like the Southwestern, I think it's called Southwestern style that they have, but I really like the lemon and garlic ones. It's another tip. I like to get like my chicken breasts, my chicken strips already like pre ready to go. I also like to get the ones from Trader Joe's as well, like their chicken breast strips like for salads that are already ready to go. I feel like I've been on Trader Joe's. I like the chili lime ones. I've been on those now for months, and so I feel like I gotta switch it up. And you will, if you've, been on any type of health journey, or even if just like you, like, I can't do the same salad every day, you understand that like you gotta switch it up. in some way or another. So yeah, this is what I'm currently doing now. The Wegmans chicken breast strips, lemon and garlic flavor. And so I will say, now your chicken, you need to measure that. First of all, you want to track, your calories and your macros. I know I say macros a lot. I know people don't always understand what macros are. So macros are your macronutrients. So that is your carbs, your protein, and your fat. Those three things make up your macros, your macronutrients. And so you definitely want to track your chicken, because you want to track, how much fat is in it, how many carbs are in it, and most importantly, your protein, because your meats give you that protein. And that is super important, especially when you're working out, you want to make sure that you are eating plenty of protein. So yeah, you definitely want to track that. Olive oil spray, extra virgin. Olive oil spray is super important. It is not a lot of fat when you use the spray, but if you use actual olive oil, you will see that there's so much fat, and people, they often miss that how much fat is in olive oil, and they'll just be dumping, and it's oh my god, it's taking most of your fat that you're allowed in a day. You're just dumping and not even realizing. But olive oil spray, if you look, 0 calories, 0 fat. So spray it on up in there. All right. Rinse this off. All right. So I usually like to just look. So this is saying that a half cup of chicken is 120 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, and 19 grams of protein and 4 carbs. So again, that's 2.5 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, and 19 grams of protein, and 120 calories for a half cup. So that's pretty good. I am going to see. I already have my half cup ready. Yes, I do. So let's see if this half cup is gonna, and you see, it's already got my measuring stuff for me. Let's see if this half cup is gonna do it. Because sometimes I need more. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I need more, and honestly, when you're eating a salad, it's okay. Because the salad content, as you went over, don't have a lot going on anyways, calorie-wise. And so it's all right if we use more calories in our macros on our actual substance. So I think I'm gonna do 2 cups. That'll work. All right, so we did. So really, I could have just measured a cup, but impromptu. So I did a cup. So when I track my food, I'll track it as 1 full cup that I had of the chicken. And so I actually didn't even need to use the scale, because I ended up just measuring it in the measuring cup. But usually when I'm prepping all of my food for the week, then I will measure it out by ounces. I'll do 4 ounces for each of my salads, and I'll just measure it. I do a big pan, because I just throw 3 bags of chicken in there, and then I'll just start measuring it out and be okay, boom, 4 ounces, that goes in that salad, boom, 4 ounces, that goes in that salad. So I think it kind of helps when you have bigger options, but since this is only just 1 salad, I was able to just measure it really quickly, just in my little measuring cup. It's, nothing too fancy. So I did get these little dried cranberries and honey almonds from Wegmans as well. I don't normally get, extras to throw in my salads, but I think I'm just trying to add a little bit. It's called salad pizzazz. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Add a little pizzazz. It says 1 tablespoon is 30 calories, 1 gram of fat, and 4 grams of carbs, and then 1 gram of protein. Let's add in the chicken first, and then we'll add in tablespoons. I'm gonna use 2 to have a full tablespoon. So I'm going to just sprinkle that in, then I'll do a little more. And I will also track this on my tracker. Boom. Also, I've really been on the Ken's Light Caesar. It's been my jam. I do also try to get my my dressings light, because of course when it says light, it usually has less calories and it has less fat, most importantly. So this has 2 tablespoons. I want to look, 2 tablespoons, 70 calories, 7 grams of fat, 3 carbs, and 1 gram of protein. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. Oh shit! Not that child sprayed me in the face. All right, got my 2 tablespoons. Let's go ahead and cut this thing up. Look at that. I love this little cutter. Now I don't like it to be too chopped, but it does a good job of like mixing everything together. Some everyday seasoning from Trader Joe's. Let's just add a little fat to it. Oh, spraying. Let's eat. All right, well, I am about to sit down and enjoy this salad. Thank you for coming to my side of the world, and I hope that you will enjoy this ride with me. Any questions, anything that you want to ask me, feel free. Till next time.